What's up, sons? It's Blind Rod with Son of a Tech once again, and welcome back to yet another Talking Head video. Today we're going to be talking about the biggest mistake I ever made in cryptocurrency and how you can avoid it. And I think it comes at a very perfect time because we are experiencing the cyclical nature of the cryptocurrency market. Let's get into it. So back in 2012, I started a YouTube channel called Blind Run Gaming, and it has evolved into Son of a Tech now, which covers cryptocurrency mining and cryptocurrency subjects. Back in 2012, I eventually moved up into the tech sphere, reviewing GPUs and doing PC gaming performance testing on GPUs. And then I noticed in 2016, eventually what had happened was the price of GPUs were skyrocketing. Upon further review, I found that they were skyrocketing because the price of Ethereum was going up. And this meant that it was very profitable to mine Ethereum on GPUs. I then went ahead and started digging into it because as I work in IT, this was a field I actually had some knowledge in, and being able to actually mine, show people how to mine, documentation, etc. From there, I went ahead and built up to 30,000 subs, about 33,000 subs exactly at the time before the bear market began to hit in 2018. And at this point is when I made a huge mistake. I shifted my channel and gave up on cryptocurrency for about a year to a year and a half, something along those lines, because I let my emotional state of not only the price of my cryptocurrency going down, but the views on my YouTube as well as the subscriber count on my YouTube going down, making me feel that I was not doing as well and that maybe I did something wrong, etc. This is actually a very emotionally irresponsible way, immature way to handle things and look at it, and it took me a long time to learn this. Unfortunately, back then I was just too young to really understand the world in general and its cyclical nature, right? And I also didn't understand as within, so without, and all of these other principles that I've learned over the years to make me not only better within the business space, my work environment, my family environment, my home life, etc., but also, of course, within the cryptocurrency space. So one of the big things that I went ahead and promised myself is if this did happen again, which I was pretty sure it would, I would not make the same mistake that I did previously and get out of cryptocurrency completely. Now, I have had to make some shifts. Yes, I am not able to do this full time as I was trying to be able to do, but that's okay. It doesn't mean that I get out. In fact, I've been given almost every excuse to quit cryptocurrency over the past 2 years since this bear market has been slowly happening. Not only have I dealt with a divorce over not just finances, but a lot of finances, obviously, given the circumstances of the world today. But I also ended up having a very severe illness, which I covered previously, called ankylosing spondylitis, which has impacted my ability to perform even sometimes the most basic of simple movement tasks, etc., physical tasks. And I have been dealing with a bunch of moving as well as just a ton of stuff. But I remembered, it took me a while, but I remembered what I promised myself. And that is why you guys have seen a resurgence of me here recently, getting to work and getting things done. Now, I do have to shift a little bit in the manner in which I do it. I do not have the physical capabilities completely yet to be out there building myself, that sort of thing, but I am investing. And I am sticking true to this as well, and the fact that I am not investing in cryptocurrencies themselves directly, but into cryptocurrency mining, the hardware for it. The reason behind this being, of course, is that the mining hardware in general is down to 1/10 of what it was during the bull run. And this means you can get equipment very, very cheap. And this is as opposed to the actual cryptocurrency itself. Looking at Bitcoin, of course, down maybe 200% at its lowest, that sort of thing. You have a much better buying and entry point for the cryptocurrency mining hardware in general. And so this is why I have moved that direction. Now, most people, probably a few of you even in the comments, are going to go down there and you're going to say, just buy the cryptocurrency. It's smarter. You can hold that and then it'll be worth more later. Yeah, except the problem with that, especially in something that you want to be less volatile, right? Like Bitcoin or something, it's not going to go up that 10x necessarily, right? Because if we went up 10x, we're going to be way over like $300,000. My projections for Bitcoin this time around is not going to be near that 300,000. In fact, my sell-off point would be around 210,000 for Bitcoin. That's what I would go ahead and think as far as putting my plan into place for this next bull run. I tell you guys all of this because I don't want to see everybody make the same mistake that I did and be kicking yourself. I sold off a lot of my GPUs. This time I'm not selling off any of my GPUs that I didn't sell during the bull run. I'm keeping all my GPUs. I'm not selling off my ASICs. I am not stopping making videos about cryptocurrency on YouTube. And this is all because I do believe at the end of the day that we do live in a world that is very cyclical. Now, history doesn't always repeat, but it does always rhyme. And in some form or fashion, cryptocurrency will rise again. Could my bet be incorrect on proof of work cryptocurrency, and could things move in the direction of proof of stake? Yes, but as to a point there is I believe in proof of work for its decentralization and essentially in its principles compared to proof of stake. So if I want to put myself behind something that I also believe in, that is the direction I'm going to go, because I want the industry to go in that direction personally. So that is part of that reason, my principled standpoint as far as hodling silicon. A lot of questions I've gotten recently, of course, is like how to not get wrecked in crypto. And everybody says it, but nobody does it. You buy low and you sell high. And it's a lot easier in cryptocurrency than you may think. And the timeline is by far the shortest cyclical timeline of any other investment, meaning that if you have the patience and you are able to stick it out, you will be able to catch yourself in a nice roll tide into the next bull market if there is one. So you really have to sit down and decide, because right now, what is it? We're at a low point, and that means the strategy is really that simple. You buy low and you sell high. Don't over leverage yourself, but at the same time, make sure that you aren't holding back something that you wish you didn't hold back 5 years from now when Bitcoin is booming and we have another euphoria phase. And this is really what I mean. I luckily was smart enough to see the cyclical nature in early enough during the last cycle that I did get back in before the bull run took off. But if I had been consistently building up my mining hardware, getting access to power, and continuing my YouTube channel and continuing to learn about all of the different cryptocurrency options, etc., I would have been in a much better position by the time of the bull run. Even though I was in a fantastic position, things went great. We built this YouTube channel up to over 175,000 subscribers. Even though everything was great as far as that goes, it could have been just that much better. In fact, if you look at a YouTube channel that continued to go through the bear market and started building up then, like Red Panda Mining, you can see that he is at 225,000 or more subscribers, meaning he's 50,000 subscribers ahead of me. And that really is indicative of the actual principle that I'm getting to here. If you build up for a longer amount of time and have more patience, the payoff is better. I like to look at it like this personally when I am investing within this stuff in general. And I always just say it, whatever I'm putting in, I'm going to get back tenfold. And yeah, that tenfold I have to wait for. But if I set those numbers and I set my targets, I'm confident that I'll hit those, because I just have seen this happen over and over again, and I'm not going to make the same mistake and have the same regrets that I did have last time. All of that being said, of course, this is still a financial risk, and you may not want to take that risk. There are other things that I think you should take into account, including the fact that we want to push back against things like CBDCs. And a way to do that is putting your money where your mouth is. Transact in Bitcoin where possible, participate within the ecosystem of cryptocurrency where possible, and stand against the digital currencies in a manner where it actually tells our overlords what we expect from them, right? bring that back down to fairness, etc. And that is a real big push for me now too, especially as I get older, protecting those assets. The US dollar is devaluing constantly. You can see this as you go out and try to purchase items, etc. Push comes to shove, there will be some more control tactics that come into that. And this is really another reason why I won't give up on it now at this point, is not just because of the get rich aspect of cryptocurrency, but this is a security aspect of it. And having that security in Bitcoin is important to me as well for future generations, for posterity, as they may say. And so that is where I really sit on all of this. So this is my video to encourage you guys during this bear market to not give up. If you don't have the money to invest, that's okay. Sit down and learn. Start to learn any aspect of cryptocurrency that you can that will probably even benefit you in the future when job openings come back up, etc. There are things like going to classes to learn to repair Bitmain Antminer units, or going to classes to learn to develop within, of course, Web3, or even as simple as something that crosses over, like learning a program language like Rust, so that you can not only program applications outside of cryptocurrency, but also be adept in being able to start contributing to projects within cryptocurrency as well. You can always do something if you have the conviction to follow through with it, and you can always get through anything in this life. Believe me, you can. I've been there. I've been at the bottom even recently, and I'm able to build back out of it. Yes, it can look dark right now. Yes, it can be extremely stressful to go ahead and say, no, I'm going to follow through with my plan. But the only way you get to the end goal is if you continue to execute on your plan. So decide what your plan is today. For me, I have decided I'm going to continue to build up cryptocurrency mining hardware. I'm going to continue to talk about cryptocurrency and make YouTube videos surrounding it. I'm going to continue to learn new aspects of cryptocurrency every day. There are a ton of crazy good guys out there that are continuing to work. And at the end of the day, what you will see is a completely different shift of how the ecosystem functions come 2025. Basic examples are things like pools going under, like the Ether mine, no longer a big deal. Big pools now are like hero miners. These guys that are starting to build Viper.net, starting to build during the bear market, because when it comes back up, they will take over, and those will be the go-to sources for all of this. And the longer exposure you have in any industry, the more likely you are going to be successful, and to a greater extent will you be successful within that industry. That is no different here with cryptocurrency. Hey, if you're going to move into AI, do it, but do it full force. That's fine. I see that aspect. Move into some AI and crypto, cool. Make some moves here and there. Continue to work your day job. Maybe find it in a field that is going to benefit you within cryptocurrency as well. Get a job as a systems administrator, a Linux systems administrator, maybe like me, right? There's lots of things you can do. Thanks for watching today. That is my soapbox. I'm going to step down from now. Be sure to hit the like, comment, subscribe, and notification bell, and I'll see you in 2025 when everybody is asking, how did you do this? We'll tell them it was because we were building when no one else was. I'll see you next Tuesday.